If you need any grinding done in NBA 2K26 MyTEAM, make sure you hit up Rose NBA. Link is in the description. Great service, fast, reliable, cheap. Hit them up. They won't let you down. Yo, what is good, YouTube? Welcome back to another JC2K video. In today's video, we're ranking the top 10 best power forwards in NBA 2K26 MyTEAM. Before we hop into the video, if you haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Help me push towards the 50,000 subscriber mark on the channel. I upload every single day. Multiple videos today. Would really appreciate it if y'all do subscribe. Without further ado, let's get into it. Let's start at number 10, which is going to be Blake Griffin. I know he's new, but honestly, he's not that great. He's 6'10 with a 6'11 wingspan. Size-wise, not ridiculous. Stats are amazing. He's an extremely elite finisher. He's a versatile, athletic defender. Obviously, the 99 vert, 94 strength help in that area. He's fast. He's got good shooting. He's got very complete badges. You look at him and you go, okay, this is going to be a great card. But he's got all basic SIGs and a release that just quite simply isn't good. It's worse than what I think Blake's release has ever been in my team that I can remember, at least. I don't like Blake's jumper. Plain and simple. Everything else with the card is nasty, but honestly, he's like worse than Kevin Garnett to me, in my opinion, I think. And honestly, KG's coming up on this list very soon, but they have similar flaws. That bad release matters a lot. And so for a guy like Blake, I think it definitely distinctly holds him back. And number 9 is going to be KG, just like that. Kevin Garnett, same story. The honest truth is, I understand a lot of people love this card. I think defensively, he is extremely elite. But the honest truth is, offensively, I just don't like his jumper for the way that I want to play. Personally, I'm not a huge fan of KG's release, and I think it holds back what is otherwise a great card. Not quite as athletic as Blake is, but a really good shooter, very complete badges, great defender, just a jumper that, in all honesty, is baited. He's easy to get contests on. I think it limits your offense a bit when you have him on the court. Defensively, he's unbelievable. He's extremely fast, athletic, big, versatile, very good card. And if you wanted to argue him higher because you don't care as much about the bad jumper, I think that's completely fair. For me, again, the way that I like to play, at this point in the game, neither of those guys are uber elite to me. Call me crazy, just my opinion. Number 8 is going to be Jack Sikma. I understand Sikma statistically is not close to KG, especially when it comes to the athleticism, 80 speed compared to 94, but he's the same size. He's still a great defender, similar finisher, and a much better pick and popper. Similar badges, but a far more elite jumper. It really does depend what you value between Sikma and KG when it comes to something like the power forward position, because Sikma gives you that elite pick and popper who's not nearly as athletic. KG gives you a much faster, more versatile big, but he doesn't provide the same level of pick and pop ability. For me, I think I prefer Sikma in this comparison, but honestly, they're close, and I think you could kind of go either way, depending on what you value. Number 7 is going to be Willis Reed, who I do think is probably a little better than Sikma, although honestly, I go back and forth between the two. I think Willis and Sikma are very similar level cards, and I really do go back and forth between the two. Willis is a little bit faster, but also a little bit smaller. Player build isn't as good. 90 standing and driving is actually a little better than Sikma's, and defensively, he's pretty similar. Badges aren't quite as good, but his release is honestly faster. He's also got Kobe Escape, which is nice. Sikma has Pippen behind the back, so they both have a couple of half-decent SIGs, but I really like Willis Reed as a pick and popper. Better than almost anybody. I mean, Sikma's obviously pretty similar, but Willis's jumper is just so fast. He's tough to get a contest on. He just doesn't have the player build that Sikma does. I think that hurts him a bit when it comes to some of the interior defensive rebounding stuff at times, even though his stats are very good. Big fan of Willis, though, as a pick and popper. I love the Kobe Escape. I like the fact he's a little faster than Sikma is as well. You can really, again, go either way with those two, just like I feel like you can go either way with Sikma and Garnett. I think KG and Willis, same story. Those three guys are pretty close, and you can, I think, have kind of your own opinion on that. But for me, I'm going Willis as the highest of that group, at least right now. Bob McAdoo is going to be my number 6. Honestly, this McAdoo card is in the same boat as these other guys. Has flaws, but is very good. His flaw is he's a bit undersized, 6'9" with a 7'1" wingspan. But he's got a great jumper, not the best shooting badges, but if you add a few badges to him, he's just fine. His release is really good, though. That's the plus for him compared to a guy like KG, is that his shooting, despite the stats saying it's limited, really isn't that limited. He's got great finishing and great defense, and he's also 94 speed. He's like a smaller, almost better finishing KG is how I would describe him, with a better jumper but lower three ball. You know what I mean? I like the card though a lot. I think McAdoo slept on. I think people don't realize how good he is, honestly, and I think he is one of the better power forwards in the game. I think people definitely sleep on Bob McAdoo, and I think he deserves to be in the top, well, near the top 5 on this list. People are probably going to call me crazy for this one. I know I rank this card very highly. Khalil Ware, I legitimately think is top 5. 7 foot with a 7'4" wingspan and a player build that looks bigger than that. He is also 89 speed, so he's basically Joel Embiid and Akeem, size and speed wise is how I would describe him. Not to mention, has a solid jumper, easy to grade. It's not crazy fast. It's not Sigma, Reed, McAdoo level in terms of jump shot speed, but it's much better than I think either a Blake or a KG's jumper is. It's not what I would consider a baited shot at all. His defense is, I know the badges don't say unbelievably amazing, but he's great defensively and he gets nasty animations. Rebounding, blocking shots, contesting around the rim, dunk animations offensively. Some cards just animate really well. There's a couple others in the top 5 that I think are like that. Kalel Ware is one of those cards who just gets unbelievable animations. I think he is an absolute dog and highly recommend this card, especially with his size speed combo as well. I would take him over all 5 of these guys. Call me crazy. I like him that much. Number 4 is going to be Chris Bosh. Obviously a great level 40 reward. 2K cooked with Chris Bosh as the season 2 level 40, I gotta say. 6'11" with 7'3" wingspan, 93 ball with a very nice jumper, versatile athletic defender. I know there's low steal and block rating. I don't think it kills the card. He's a solid finisher, and he's got enough speed to compete too. He's just a very well-rounded, very complete card. There's nothing you go at and go, oh, that's gonna be a big issue. Even the low block and steal rating just doesn't wind up mattering that much in the end of the day. I'd say the block rating sometimes can be a little annoying, but overall, he's a great jump shot, big, who's got good athletic ability, great speed, solid finisher, competes defensively, switchable, solid card. I think he's really good. And honestly, Jaren to me is basically the same card, but a little better compared to Chris Bosh. Jumper is also really good. I know he's listed at 6'10", but his player build's bigger than that. He's, again, fast, good shooter, good finisher, well-rounded, super solid defender. I think his animations are great. I love the Kobe escape as well, which I already talked about with Willis Reed, but it's very nice as like an extra move to occasionally get you an open shot with a big that people aren't really expecting. And just overall, man, he, again, great jumper, great defender, great, solid finisher, versatile all-around card, does everything good. I like him a little more than Bosh, but they pretty much provide the same thing on the court. I think you can, again, kind of go either way with those two guys. I was talking about animations. Hakeem is the king of animations. This card gets such good rebounding, dunking, finishing animations as well. Very similar to Kalel. Again, has the speed, the size, all that as well. 7 foot with a 7'3" wingspan, bulky player build, 88 speed. His jumper, again, kind of like Kalel, not unbelievably great, but very smooth. I think it's easy. I think it's consistent. And he's a great finisher, great rebounder, great defender. Just a really well-rounded card. I think he's basically better Kalel. And then he's got De'Aaron Fox escape and pro dribble style on top of it, which gives him the ability to put the ball on the floor better than almost any power forward, especially at 7 foot tall. I think Hakeem is a beast. I think he's number 2. I want to put him number 1, but I just still think Embiid probably does take the cake. Occasionally, I flip-flop my mind on these two cards. I've had Hakeem over Embiid in a couple of videos where I've just been like, really feeling like Hakeem is better. It's close enough where you can kind of go either way, but I do think, generally speaking, Embiid's probably the better card. Again, can kind of go either way, but 7 foot with a 7'5" wingspan. Embiid is 1 speed faster. He's got a higher 3-ball rating, a little bit more complete badges and stuff. They're very similar cards in terms of what they provide, very similar size. Embiid's jumper's probably slightly better, but Hakeem's movement is definitely better. Again, you could go either way. I think they're both great cards, and I think they're definitely the 2 best, realistically. But again, if your power forwards are Jaren Jackson Jr. and Chris Bosh, you're set. Throw Kalel in there. Willis Reed's affordable. Jack Sikma's free. A lot of those types of cards can run your power forward position. You'll be just fine. I think the big man spot has plenty of good options for cheap, and you pretty much see most of them on this list here today. So with that being said, I hope y'all did enjoy the video. If you did, make sure you hit that like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. I'll be back with more 2K content very soon, and I appreciate y'all. Peace.